One of the places that took a huge hit from the water is the town of High River, south of Calgary. Everybody had to leave, and the situation there is still very bad. People are being allowed back in now, but some of them are facing restrictions. Briar Stewart is in High River for us today, joining us live. So an update not that long ago, Briar. What did the people of High River hear?
Well, officials have just announced that they're going to be reopening part of the east end of town this afternoon, and that was one of the areas that was the hardest hit. And crews thought it might be weeks before people could go back, but they've brought in a lot of heavy industrial pumping equipment, so they worked all through the night last night, and they were basically pumping out the equivalent of an Olympic-sized swimming pool every 6 minutes. So they've been able to get a lot of the water out of one residential area that's called Sunshine Meadows. There's about 700 residences there. And at 4 o'clock local time today, people are going to be allowed to go back in. But before they do that, they have to sign a waiver saying that they know the risks. Officials are very concerned because these homes have been sitting underwater for days, and a lot of the floorboards and construction material in the house might have warped. So people have to basically sign a form saying that they know the risks before they go back. And officials really do just want people going in quickly, grabbing a few things that they need, like a passport or some medication, and then really going out before they move back in, because there's so much work that needs to go on in these homes. The officials earlier talked about just how unsafe that entire neighborhood is still. Here's a little of what one of them had to say.
For many of you going back to the Sunshine, I would just caution that it'll be a bit of a shock. We are cleaning it up as fast as we can, okay? But it's not in a good state. And so I would recommend that you go through the Welcome Center this morning and that you be prepared for, to see your house in a pretty shocking state, frankly. And again, we're cleaning it up and making it safe as fast as we can.
Now, Briar, I can't imagine how one even does prepare to come and see your home destroyed. And so when we say going back, we mean going back and seeing their homes, but not living there. Where are all these people staying?
Well, that's right, and there's thousands of them. I mean, even though about 6,000 people have returned to this town already, most of them aren't staying in their homes. So people are really spread out all over the place. Some are staying with family and friends. Some are staying in evacuation centers that have been set up around this community. Some have been staying in hotels, but what we're hearing from officials is that they're being asked to leave the hotels because obviously this weekend Calgary's Stampede kicks off. So a lot of those rooms were booked ahead of time by people coming in for that event. So people are now coming back to the registration center saying we need a place to live. Officials are working on building temporary accommodation. They're building a camp just outside of High River. They're also going to be building a longer-term one in Calgary. But in the meantime, they're hoping that people will take them up on some of the accommodations set out outside High River. We were told that there are now apartments at the University of Lethbridge and in Calgary where some of these families can move to for the time being.